Welcome to another video, and in this one we'll be discussing the different habits that every person should build after graduating high school, habits that are essential towards future success, health, and fulfillment. I graduated around a year ago, and I realized that there's just a lot of things I had to change coming out of high school, habits I had to pick up to become the person that I wanted to be. So let's just get straight into some of these habits. First off, we're going to be talking about the gym, and most people would just roll their eyes and say, oh yeah, everyone says to go work out, but I'd say that it is just so important, and I'm going to be listing a few reasons here why. First of all, of course, we all know health, aesthetics, those are the big reasons why people go to the gym, but the big thing that I want to hammer in is the fact that right now is the best time to do it. You have the most time you will ever have in your life, okay? Most people do not have that much time as they graduate college, as they leave for a real job. They just don't have time. And because of that, it's so important to do it now, because you could, let's say you're going to college, okay? That's just an example. Not everyone has to go to college, but let's just say that. You're going into college and you spend 4 years working out. All that muscle will continue on as you graduate and continue on. You could do one workout a week or 2 or 3 and you would be able to maintain that muscle you built during college. Now, let's say you don't do that and you start working out afterwards. You'll have far less time to put towards working out, and I think that that is the most crucial thing to understand, that you will not have that much time to work out, so you should do it now while you can. Also, just to put it out there, it does not matter if you're a girl or a guy, the gym is still an incredible habit to pick up, and you will not get super buff like bodybuilder arms girls if you go to the gym. Do not worry. An honorable mention is that you want to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day. It's a habit that I've just built over a few months now, and it feels so good. I used to do around 6 hours of sleep around 4 months ago, and now I go to 8, and it feels so much better. My mood and energy have improved so much, and it's just so important. I mean, did you know that muscle growth and fat loss mainly happens while you're sleeping? So if you're able to build that habit, then a lot of these things that a lot of people are working towards will be improved a lot. Next year, we're talking about saving, and I think saving is one of the most important habits to build up, and it is a skill. Saving money is a skill, and you need to build it over time. My suggestion, if you are new to it, you spend all the money you make, is just to go out and save, let's say, 10% of a paycheck. Every single time you get a paycheck, just put 10% in a savings account or something that you can't touch, preferably a high-yield savings account where you could just get a certain percent of interest on your money, and just save that money over time. I would also say that saving money, you don't want to just save it. You don't want to just put it away. You want to put it in something that actually grows, like what I said, a high-yield savings account, investments, something like that, because inflation is around 2-3% every year, and that just eats away your money, because 2-3% of your money every year is just going away into nothing. Your purchasing power is going down. So you want to save and save properly, and it's just so helpful to learn these skills, because let's say you're in high school, right? You're in high school and you're saving $200 out of $800 you make a month. Well then, once you graduate and you get a higher paying job, let's say you're making $5,000 a month, then you could save $1,000, $2,000 a month, because you already have the skill of saving a percent of your money every year, okay? So you just have to build those up, and then it will help you so much in the future. And also, just to me, it feels so good if you're graduating college and let's say you have 20 grand, you worked all years of college, you saved money, and you were able to get that, or even worked a bit of high school. Let's say you have 20 grand. You can put that towards your debt, and I'm gonna be honest, anyone that graduates college and has debt, it is such like a looming threat to them, okay? Some people just can't fully grasp how bad it is, but a lot of degrees nowadays, you get the degree, right? And then you graduate and you realize you can't find a job right away. You may be able to find a job later down the line, but you can't find it right away. And if you don't have debt, or you have a small amount of debt, you can usually chill. You can like work towards some other opportunities, work towards smaller things that can get you a job. But if you have a lot of debt that just starts immediately accruing interest, you can't do that. You have to go take like a fast food job or something like that, and that sucks. So I'd say that building enough money so you can reduce that debt greatly is so important, and that's why saving is so important as a habit. So I'd say this is one of the most important on the list. The next habit I'd say is vital is just learning something new every day. Like, we have the entire internet in our pockets. I mean, like, that is insane. Our phones are more powerful than what they had back then on their computers, okay? And most people just spend all their time watching brain rot clips and just wasting time away when they could be learning new things. I'm not saying that you completely get rid of brain rot, okay? Brain rot's great. But still, you should do it. You should learn something new every day because it is so helpful. I mean, like, just like small things, like learning about history, learning about economics, something. I mean, someone 30 years ago couldn't just open up YouTube and learn about any financial topic they want to learn about. They'd go to the library, go find a book that they want to read, and they'd go through it all, and they couldn't find something usually because they don't have all the information. Not every library had everything. But now you can go on YouTube and search up anything you want to learn, genuinely anything. I mean, literally, if you're some college student in some high level math class, let's say, you can go online and just learn any of it. They can't do that back then. They had to like go get some private super high tier tutor or something. And usually they're in these like 1,000 class lecture halls or wherever with no private time with the teacher. So it was way harder for them. So now just like use your time to learn because you have so much access to information. Real quick, we're at 85 subscribers and our goal is 100. If you've enjoyed this video so far and want more videos similar to this one, be sure to like and subscribe and let's get on with the video. Next, we're talking about how you have to stop making excuses for your actions. And to put it like in a simple way, back when I was in like sophomore year, I would just tell myself like, oh, I'm not gonna do this because of this, I'm not gonna do this because of this, I'm not gonna go to the gym because of this, I'm not gonna do my homework because of this. But in reality, the best way to stop this, to improve yourself, I think greatly with just one decision, is just to simply tell yourself you're being lazy, okay? Tell yourself that I am sitting here and watching the show and I'm going to be lazy right now. Because once you do that, you know you have no reason to not be doing that. And usually it can help you get out of it and actually start working afterwards because you just, to me, I feel so bad as I'm just like sitting watching shows knowing I'm doing nothing productive. And it just gets me to go up and do something. So I feel like just not making excuses for your actions and just knowing the reason why you're doing it and that you are not doing anything is the best way to just get up and start doing things. Another habit I want to talk about is anger. Everyone experiences anger, let's be honest. And if you're angry at a teacher, a boss, your coworker, another student, you get angry and you snap at them or you say something you don't want to say and it usually screws you over. I mean, most of the time, getting angry and these things happening are not beneficial to you. So my personal way that I deal with this is I take a minute or so. I take a minute or so to stop, think about what just happened. Because usually there's two best options. Either you can resolve it peacefully or just stop. Don't talk to them about it. Don't deal with it. Because usually these things just sort themselves out. Usually it's not that big of a deal, but in the moment, in the heat of the moment, you feel like it is the most important thing in the world. And if you snap at someone, you could ruin that relationship forever and it could screw you over. I mean, like if you get a whole argument with a coworker really heated over something that in reality isn't that big of a deal, it could just screw you over. You could have such a bad time. So you just have to learn to manage your anger, as I think that is such an important skill for just being a successful person in life in general. The next habit I want to speak about is viewing money in the amount of hours you put into it. If you make $100 in a day of work, then gamble $100, view it in the time it took. Would you gamble a day of your life? What about a year? I personally don't see it as worth it, and making it a habit to view money in that way will allow you to avoid gambling and save better. Another habit that I've recently really taken in, which I love, is just viewing things on a time span of years, not days or months. Most of the time, pursuing something for a few days like the gym won't do much. A few months, still not that much, but a year can show real progress. Viewing things in such a short time span will only serve to discourage you as you see little to no progress on your goals without realizing that most things have the greatest benefit usually take the most time. Now lastly, I want to talk about something that isn't exactly a habit but more of a mindset. Most of the time, with a few exceptions, the human beings thrive on discomfort. What I mean is that you go on with life, especially after leaving college, making sure that you put yourself in situations where you are uncomfortable will usually allow you to grow. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Most people feel uncomfortable being put into new situations where they may be unsure of their success or ability to do a task, and yet those are also the times where you change and grow the most. That's it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. I'm going to be planning to put out more content. I had to take a little break, and I will see you in the next one.